Hello, my sewing friends. My name's Diana. Welcome to my sewing vlog, The Wandering Sewist. This week, I'm coming to you with another edition of Hashtag Friday Sews, where we talk a little bit about sewing and a little bit about life. So for sewing this week, as you know, I injured my ankle, so I have been keeping off of it, but I did manage to make it down to the basement to my sewing room to sew 2 more necessary clutch wallets. And the ones that I made are this one with, it has the shwe from South Africa here, and I did some detail here. I made a mistake. I got so carried away with putting on the detail and putting it together that I had it all put together, and I realized I had no closure, no way to keep it closed. So then I had to go back and find something that I could install after the fact that it was made. And so I wound up using this one. This is a turn one. But I realized after I'd already installed half of it that for this portion I didn't have the screws that go here. So I tried to use rivets and it sort of worked, but it's not very well. I mean, you can see that it's not very well done. So, you know, it's one of the drawbacks of handmade items is there's always going to be some sort of mistake. So I decided to go ahead and use the shwe as the lining on the inside all the way through the main body. And then I went with blue and pink to try and go with the motif for the rest of the inside. So, and then I kept with the silver for the metallic hardware. So this is one of them that I finished. And the other one that I finished is this one. It's all cloth. It's a pretty nice sateen like upholstery fabric that I've had in my stash for quite some time. And I really like the flowers. I think it's really pretty. So for the inside, I did cream and maroon for the details on the inside. And I really like this one. I went with gold for the hardware because I thought it went better with the cream and the maroon. I like this one. It's really pretty. I did place this magnetic closure, this part up too high. I wish it had been down another ½ inch in order to bring the top down more like this. But, you know, again, handmade items are going to have mistakes. So those are the 2 that I finished along with the 5 that I had made last week as a review. I made this one out of shwe. And I made this one out of some really pretty upholstery fabric for a purple lover in my life. This is a gift for a specific person. And I finished this one. This is one I started last week and I hadn't finished the rivets, but I finished this one. And I made this one. And this brown one with this different closure. So that is all the necessary clutch wallets I'm going to have time to make for my trip to France to give out as gifts to friends and family. It's not enough, so not everybody's going to get one. I hope that the people who don't get one, their feelings are not hurt, but I did the best that I could. So on other sewing fronts, I have finished my first embroidery project. And I decided to fuse some interfacing to the back to keep all of the threads in place. And I will probably use this as the feature for a future bag. I'm thinking possibly the Baker Street bag from Sew Sweetness. I will insert a photo of it here. It's not very big, so I think that this would take up a whole side of it, which would make it a feature. So I like that idea. If the Baker Street bag is not quite big enough, then I'll find another bag. But I definitely am going to use this as the feature for a bag. And then I picked up another sewing project from the little haberdashery shop that's near me. It's actually near my kids' school. So this is going to be a coin purse. So all of the decoration on there is hand embroidered. And then when you're finished embroidering it, you put together the coin purse. So it comes with the cloth for the outer, with the shape of the bag, the coin purse on the outside. You can see I've already started embroidering the motif. And it comes with the floss already separated, cut, and then organized on this floss holder. And it also comes with everything else that you need in order to make the bag. So you have the lining, which has the pattern already printed on it. You have the, this is like batting, and then the fusible interfacing. And it also has the hardware, the thread for sewing the hardware together, and embroidery needles. And then this is a water-soluble pen for transferring the pattern to the back side of the fabric once you're ready to start sewing it together. So yeah, I'm already started on it, and in the times that I have my foot elevated and am icing and taking care of it. Now it is getting better, but we'll get into that when we get to life. So, oh, I need to tell you what I'm wearing today. So this is an old laundry day tee dress. So the laundry day tee, I'll put a picture of it here, was once a free pattern from Love Notions, and they're switching that out to they're going to make the laundry day tee a paid pattern, and they're going to switch out to something else for their free pattern. So if you haven't downloaded the laundry day tee, the free pattern yet, it might be too late. I'm not sure what the cutoff date was, but this is the laundry day tee pattern that I made years ago when I was first learning how to sew. And this is like a double brushed poly that I got really cheap at a local fabric store. It's not very good quality. And I just made it into a dress for me to wear around the house. That is something that's super cozy and comfortable. I did the 3/4 length sleeves and the scooped neck. And I really, I find that it is very, very comfy and cozy. So I really like it a lot. I wear it quite frequently when I'm just lounging around the house. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is I did find an Etsy shop that specializes in Ukrainian type of embroidery called vysyvanka, which is the traditional Ukrainian embroidered shirts that is like their cultural clothing. And you know, I have 3 sons adopted from Kiev in Ukraine that we adopted them 6 years ago this November. November the 30th will be our 6th anniversary of our adoption date. And I want to learn their traditional vysyvanka for making those shirts, so that when they're older and they decide to get married or have some important event in their life, whatever it might be, I can gift them with this traditional cultural article of clothing that they would be able to highlight as part of their heritage and their ceremonies. So I found this Etsy shop called Natalia and Gleb. And it's funny because the middle boy from Ukraine, the one that's about to turn 14 next week, his Ukrainian name was also Gleb. And so that's one of the reasons why I was drawn to this shop. So Natalia and Gleb, and she's been we've been messaging back and forth, and she pointed me to the the downloadable PDF that would help me get started learning how to do the Ukrainian embroidery. So I have purchased that. It was really cheap. It was like $5. And then there was also a separate pattern that I found really interesting. And it was for the coat of arms, which is a trident, the Ukrainian coat of arms. I'm sure you've seen the trident on the blue and yellow flag. So you'll see a trident. That's the Ukrainian coat of arms. So there's a pattern, which is a cross stitch pattern, which is Ukrainian embroidery is an adaptation of cross stitch. So this cross stitch pattern that I can apply to like a t-shirt or a backpack or anything and gift it to my Ukrainian kids, and they'll have something that shouts their cultural identity. So I'm pretty excited about that. One thing I have learned is that the traditional colors for the region where Kiev is the red, black, and white. So you won't find a lot of the like bright colored things. Mostly it's the red, black, and white. And it'll be the red poppies will be highlighted, but mostly it's geometric patterns with the red poppies sprinkled out around. So that's something I'm looking forward to learning how to do. Now, the one thing I don't know how to do, which I haven't done the research for, so I'm just being lazy here, but if you know how to take a PDF cross-stitch pattern and transfer it onto an article of clothing or a piece of fabric so that I can then use the pattern to make something, I would appreciate you giving me this information on how to go about transferring the patterns to fabric, because I have no clue even how to get started. I guess I could look it up on YouTube, but I haven't yet. So if you know how, I'd appreciate some advice. So now we're going to switch to life. So for life this week, you know that I have been trying to heal my ankle ahead of our 2-week-long trip into France. So we're going to drive from Czech Republic to France, and we're going to start in the northeastern region, just near the Luxembourg border, which is where my husband is originally from. And he still has a mom and 2 sisters and nieces and nephews that live there. So we're going to stop there on our way to the south part of France, and we're going to spend a few days visiting family on our way down. And we will arrive in the south part of France near Montpellier, Montagnac, which is closer to the Spanish border, right along the Mediterranean. And we will be spending 10 days there with friends and family for a religious observance. And then we will make our way back to the Czech Republic on the 27th or 28th of October. So I will be out of touch for much of that time because my cell phone plan is only for Czech Republic. So if I'm not able to respond to your comments, or if I do not upload a video, then please understand it's because I'm just out of touch and I don't have proper internet. The vacation village where we'll be staying, there's only Wi-Fi in the main lobby area and not in our little bungalow where we'll be sleeping and spending our off hours. So uploading to the internet may not be possible. So, but while I'm there, I will be stopping at the French fabric store, the same one I stopped at last year. I'll put up here in the cards and down in the comments below the video that I recorded last year of the French fabric shop. I'm going to stop at the same one this year, and I will also record video of that. Hopefully I can get that to you sometime during the 2 weeks that I'm there, so you'll have something to tide you over until I get back. So that is life, except for I need to spend the next few days packing. Today is Thursday, so I will spend the rest of the day today packing. I have already prepared dinner for tonight and tomorrow night. So I only have dinner to prepare for Saturday night, which will be after Yom Kippur, and we're going to break our fast. So I will be making a soup, a nice hearty soup, and some croutons and some garlic bread for us to have after our fasting on Yom Kippur, after sunset. And it'll be a gentle way to break our fast. And then we'll be leaving early Sunday morning, as early as we can get up and get out the door. We will be getting in my husband has rented a really nice larger vehicle, probably a van, like a traveling type of van that'll have lots of nice seating and cup holders and space for bags and, you know, all the nice stuff. Because our little car, it's a little Volkswagen Jetta, it's just not big enough for 2 weeks of being on the road. So that's it for the rest of the week, is packing and traveling and observing Yom Kippur, and that's all I have for you today. So if I don't see you over the next 2 weeks, I will miss you. But I hope you can go back and watch my archive of videos and keep up with everything I've been up to the last couple of years. And if you have any ideas for how-tos that you would like for me to start doing videos on when I get back, I will be in a better position with no time constraints to film more how-tos. So if you would like to see more of that kind of content from me, let me know. So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I hope you have lots of time with your family and have time to create something beautiful. If you'd like to check out this video here, I'm sure that there's something there that you would be interested in. Have a fantastic weekend. Take care. Bye.